guys, my name is Emily Schultz and I'm a youth leader at Granite. I've been involved in the youth ministry for about a year and a half, first as a student and now as a leader. And I'm really passionate about this ministry in particular because I went to middle school and I went to high school, and I know how important it is for students to have somewhere to go where they have leaders that they can trust and they can talk to about Christ and about problems they're having in school. And it just really makes me happy to be able to be a part of these kids' lives, knowing that I can be there for them and we have a group of leaders there for them if they need us. So what I'm going to be doing with this 4-week series is I'm going to be sharing some lessons that I've learned the hard way, and I want you guys to have the opportunity to learn these lessons the easy way. The whole situation that made me learn these lessons is that I recently lost a friend to suicide. Suicide is unlike any other death because if someone dies from cancer or in a car accident, it's never easy, but it's easy to go to God and say, God, it was your will. I couldn't have done anything about it. But with suicide, all you can think is, if only I had been there for them, if only I had seen them struggling. All the what ifs just weigh so heavy on your shoulders, and you just wish that you had been there for them when they needed you. So the person I lost, his name is Ryan, and he was only 19 years old, and he was so passionate and so driven, and he was so funny, and we never would have expected something like this because of how happy he seemed. But what I really learned from this, the first lesson, is that everyone needs Jesus. When I first found out that Ryan had passed, my first question was, is he in heaven or is he in hell? Because Ryan and I were friends, but we had never talked about Jesus before. And me being a Christ follower, I know it's my job to share Christ with my friends and with those who need him. And I didn't know if he was a Christian. I didn't know if he had accepted Christ at some point in his life. But my immediate thought was, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I share Christ with Ryan when I was friends with him? So a little bit of background on Ryan and I's friendship. You guys will get to know more about our friendship as I further into the series, but we were only friends for one semester of high school. We were in German 2 together, and he was the only person I talked to because I'm kind of an introvert when I'm not with my friends, and he was so outgoing and just could talk and talk. So we became friends really quickly, but we drifted apart as the semester came to an end. And the fact that he had that much of an impact on my life in that such short period of time just really says something about him. But God calls us to share the gospel with others. He teaches us what he has planned for us in heaven, and knowing that, we should be excited, we should want to share the gospel. In Revelation 21:4 it says, he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Just think about that. He's going to take all of this pain, no matter what happens to you on this earth. He's going to take it away when you get to heaven. And I feel like we should all just be motivated to want to share that with everyone who doesn't have Christ. I remember one time in church, Pastor Miles preached something about comparing the cure to cancer to the cure for eternity. He said, if you had the cure to cancer, would you keep it to yourself and would you hide it from the world? Of course not. You would share it with everyone. And the same goes for the cure for eternity. We have it and we need to share it with those who need it. God has promised us such amazing things in heaven, things that we can't even imagine. 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. The fact that our human minds can't even comprehend what God has in heaven should be the main motivator to share the gospel, to want everyone in heaven with us, especially those we care about, because you never know when you're going to lose someone. You never know when the last time you're going to talk to someone will be. And trust me, the guilt weighs heavy when you don't know where that person is and you know that you could have shared the gospel with them. And so I encourage you all to have courage to be different, to be physically and spiritually different, so that people can recognize you as a Christ follower and help lead them to Christ and see what life with Christ is like. And if you're on the other side of this, if you're that person that is struggling, that feels like no one loves you and that feels like you're not worthy, we're here for you at Granite, and we do love you. You do have people who love you. God tells us many, many times how much He loves us, and we want you to know that your life is worth so much because God has such amazing plans for you. And you can contact any of us, the youth leaders, the pastors. We'll have some information, a little graphic where you can find out the ways to contact us. So I hope you guys are really inspired by this. I hope you take this lesson to heart and you really think about sharing Christ with others, knowing that you never know when life can end and how important it is. And I'm really excited for these next couple weeks to share these next lessons with you guys, and I hope you stick around to watch them.